I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Friday, January 10th. A house fire in North Quincy last night. Flames broke out at 44 Sagamore Avenue in North Quincy at about 9:45 p.m. Officials say it appears that the fire started outside the house and spread to the building, causing extensive damage. All the occupants of the home escaped safely, and there were no injuries reported. The American Red Cross responded to help the victims and firefighters. The Cape-style home is currently not livable, and the cause of the fire is under investigation. Firefighters cleared the scene at around midnight. Quincy is getting a $10 million federal grant for a roadway improvement project. The city will use the grant to make improvements to the southern artery from the C Street-Coddington Street intersection south to Pond Street. The half-mile stretch of roadway is being called a multimodal transportation project. As part of the Complete Streets program, the city also recently won a grant from the Federal Highway Administration for safety improvements around the 1000 Southern Artery Senior Center, and National Grid has agreed to repave the Southern Artery this year. The trial of Lindsay Clancy, the Duxbury mother accused of killing her 3 children in 2023, has been delayed until 2026. Court records show that Clancy's trial, originally scheduled for December 1st of 2025, has now been rescheduled to January 5th of 2026. Both parties agreed to the request. According to Mass Live, the delay was requested so the case wouldn't have to be suspended during the holidays. The next hearing in the case is set for February 7th. Both sides face a January 24th deadline to file motions. Clancy has pleaded not guilty to murder charges brought by the Norfolk County DA's office over the January 24th, 2023 deaths of her children, 5-year-old Cora Clancy, 3-year-old Dawson Clancy, and 8-month-old Callan Clancy. After killing her children, authorities said Lindsay Clancy cut herself and jumped out of a window in an attempt to kill herself. Clancy did not appear in court at her last hearing in December, waiving her right to appear before the judge. She was last known to be at Tewksbury Hospital for court-ordered mental treatment. Her attorney, Kevin Reddington, said she's still in a wheelchair. Reddington has said that he plans to assert her lack of criminal responsibility at trial due to her mental condition. Last month, he filed a notice of lack of criminal responsibility, saying statements of the defendant as to her mental condition will be relied upon by defendant's expert witnesses, and the defendant does intend to present to the court a defense of lack of criminal responsibility. Governor Healey signing a law this week banning the sale of puppies and kittens under 8 weeks old, as well as the roadside sale of animals. While pet shops and shelters are already blocked from selling young animals, the new law closes a gap and extends to all individuals, according to the MSPCA Animal Welfare Advocacy Group that supported the bill. Separating young animals from their mothers and litter mates can lead to health and behavioral problems, including dog biting, which the MSPCA warns could ultimately turn into a public safety threat. Violators could be fined up to $100. The new law also prohibits cats and dogs from being sold on any roadside, public right-of-way, parkway, median, park, or other recreation area, flea market, or other outdoor market, or commercial or retail parking lot. A first offense comes with a fine of up to $50, followed by a fine of up to $100 for a second offense. Subsequent fines are capped at $300. The roadside sale prohibition does not apply to the transfer of dogs and cats to licensed shelters, animal rescue organizations, or municipal animal control facilities, and it does not impact the display of dogs and cats at a fair or a 4-H program. The legislature sent the bill to the governor's desk on December 30th during its last sessions of the 2-year term. The Senate passed the bill back in July, while the House passed it on December 26th. Planning to declaw your cat. You can scratch that. That's now illegal in Massachusetts, except for rare medical cases. The governor yesterday signed an act prohibiting inhumane feline declawing into law. The new law bans cat declawing in Massachusetts, except in rare situations of medical necessity, such as a cancer in the nail bed or other conditions that jeopardize the cat's health. Massachusetts joins New York and Maryland that also have declaw bans, and jurisdictions including L.A., San Francisco, Pittsburgh, Madison, West Hollywood, Austin, Denver, and others. According to animal advocates, cat declawing is an invasive surgical operation that's akin to amputating the last knuckle of a human finger. Declawing can cause lifelong medical issues for cats, including permanent disability, nerve damage, chronic back pain, or lameness. Massachusetts drivers are again being warned about a scam claiming to be collecting payment for unpaid tolls. MassDOT said the scammers attempt to trick customers into sharing credit card numbers and other sensitive information by directing them to a website to pay their outstanding balances. The Easy Drive smishing scam, part of a series of smishing scams that the FBI is aware of. Smishing is where unscrupulous actors send deceptive text messages to get someone to reveal confidential or financial information. A check of business news this morning, and stocks are mixed. The Dow is up 106 points. The Nasdaq fell 10. The S&P rose 9. European shares opening higher. Asian stocks retreated after U.S. markets were closed to observe a national day of mourning for former President Jimmy Carter. The dollar fell, the euro rose, and oil is at $75 a barrel. In sports, Tampa Bay beat the Bruins 4-1. The Bees will be staying in Florida to take on the Panthers tomorrow at 1. And the Celtics will host Sacramento tonight at 7:30. Forecast from the National Weather Service today, mostly sunny, not as windy, and a bit milder with a high of 37 degrees. Cloudy tonight, low 22. Tomorrow, snow showers and maybe a quick dusting or an inch of accumulation with a high of 33 degrees. Sunday, sunshine at a high 37, partly sunny 39 on Monday. For the boater today, waves about 2 feet, northwest winds 20 to 25 knots. High tide 7:41 a.m. and 8:26 p.m. Sunrise at 7:11, sets at 4:31. Traffic note, Fore River Bridge is scheduled to open Friday at 1:15 p.m. and Saturday at 7 a.m. I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Friday, January 10th.